Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Tiffany speaking. This video is going to be about my vanity space. I've made some upgrades to it, changed some things out since the last time I made one of these videos, which is like over a year ago, possibly like 2 years ago now. I'm going to talk about some of it. Some of it I'm just going to go ahead and skip over because you guys seen it in previous videos, so I'm not going to spend that much time on it because I have some things to go over with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and start with this right here. I'm not really going to talk about it that much because I've done it in a previous video and it's pretty much the same thing in there, just like my MAC paint pots and not lip liners, but eyeliners and things of that nature. Things that I use as bases pretty much is in this container. This mirror right here I picked up from Vanity Girl Hollywood online. I will post a link below. I paid $3.99 for the mirror, and I can't recall what the tax and shipping and things of that nature was. I love this mirror because I can see everything when I'm doing my makeup or if I'm doing my hair. I love the fact that it has like an outlet right here where you can plug in two items at the same time. It also has a dimmer switch, and I'm going to try to do this and stay in the frame. As you can see, you can adjust the lighting however you see fit. I just have my computer propped up on the ledge of the mirror because I really don't have anywhere else to put it, and it's just standing up on one of those stands that allow your computer to stay cool as it's on. This table right here, I'm going to try to back up so you guys can get a good look at it. I replaced from the foldable white table that I had from Walmart. I decided to put a furniture piece in here. I kind of wanted my room to be a little bit more classier than, you know, just the basic plastic stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to kind of match my furniture. Well, match the table and stuff to my furniture. This table or desk I picked up from American Signature Furniture, and I've had it for about a year now. I absolutely love this desk. It's made out of solid wood. I just had this acrylic piece fitted to it just yesterday because my son was scratching up my desk. He's always in my room using the computer and drawing, and so I kind of wanted to protect it because it was getting a lot of scratches on it. And this table is like 60 by 24, and yeah, it was just a little bit of extra room on the edges of it, but I had to have it custom cut. So it cost me about $42 for the acrylic glass or whatever you call it itself. But that's what it looks like. I love it. I like the sheen that it casts off of it, and it just made it look a little bit dressier in this space. I'm going to go ahead and pan over to my left. I'm just going to show you this right here, this storage system. You guys have seen this before in my previous video. I kind of moved some things around. It's pretty much the same stuff that I store up here. Some of the stuff that I don't use as much is up here on the top. You guys have probably seen that in my previous video. I have my Ben Nye powders in this corner right here. These palettes right here in the middle were the Profusion ones in this white palette. I haven't really used that much, so I really can't say too much about it. However, I did pick these up at Kmart. I did swatch them. I find that the shadows they're not so bad, but they're not super pigmented. Excuse me. But I picked them up at Kmart. Here's like a neutral palette. The one behind it is a bright palette, and the one behind that is more of like a smoky tone palette. I'm going to try to stick that back in there. This palette right here, this Profusion one, I picked up at Bell's Outlet, and it was like $2. It was on clearance. I haven't used that palette yet. I just got that last week. Over here are some palettes that I picked up a couple days ago from Walgreens. I guess they're starting to put out the Christmas stuff, and this is one of the palettes that I picked up. It looks like that. And then I have another one back here. They're a little bit brighter colors. And behind that I have some bronzers, and I also have some bronzers from Wet n Wild that came out during the summertime. There's like three different ones of these. Down here is where I store my Reveal palettes that I got from Coastal Scents. I have the first one and the second edition. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen these before. My favorite palette is the second one, actually. I love the two shades on the corner, and I'll pull this one out and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Out of the palette, I use those the most. Let me remove this film. The two at the bottom corner are my favorite ones. And from my understanding, these palettes are very similar to the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I don't have those. I really just don't see a need for it. So yeah, I really can't say too much about the Urban Decay palette. I don't have anything against it. I just don't purchase a lot of high-end products if I don't have to. I did invest in these Inglot palettes, however. I do love these, and this is where I store my Inglot palettes. I've done a video on this in the past, if you guys wanted to see that. Excuse me. This right here is, this container is where I store my Wet n Wild palettes, the Fergie edition. Behind that is some baked eyeshadows. Here's where I store my LA Color eyeshadows. Some of them I got from the Dollar Tree. Some of them I ordered online from a store that's no longer in business. Underneath that is where I store my Sugar Peel. I have some Kiss New York palettes over here. I also have some Ruby Kisses Luxe color ones. I have about 5 of them. I'm going to try to grab these out and give you guys a glance at them. These are some really good shadows right here. They're really pigmented, and they also uh-oh, I have a cracked one here. But I just have it where I have, like, this is my neutral palette. I need to try to fix that. This one is where I store my blues, and that's kind of like how I did all of these. I just color coordinated. And this is like my bright ones. But what I love about these palettes right here, you can pop out the eyeshadows and you can swap them out. You have to purchase the shadows in the palette separate. I paid like $1.99 for each shadow. I have like 5 palettes, and it's like $2.99 at my local beauty supply for the case. I'm not sure if you still can find these. Check your local beauty supply store. I'm going to go ahead and go back up here. You guys probably seen these Sugar Peel palettes, so I'm really not going to go over those. I have a couple of pigments of theirs. This whole container right here is actually Wet n Wild eyeshadows. I have some glitter ones in there, which I don't have a lot of the glitter ones because I don't really use those that much. I use my loose glitter that I get from Hobby Lobby. But I have some that I picked up during the summertime. As you can see, that's what these ones right here. I think these are the Pop Art Edition ones. I have some in here that are from the Fall Collection 2014 from Wet n Wild, and also the Halloween ones are right here. This is one of them. I haven't opened that one up yet and used it, and here's another one. I think this one right here is a fall one, or I'm not sure if it was a fall one or it came out with the Halloween collection, but this is my favorite palette. It's like neutral colors, and it also has like colors that are similar to the Urban Decay Naked palettes. It has some of the same shades in there. And this one is called Smoke and Melrose. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move back, and I'm also going to show you what's at the drawer underneath it. Well, what's in it, I should say. Down here is like some powders and stuff that I have in here, and it's like some bronzers, stuff that I use to finish off my makeup. All the way in the back is like blushes, and also in this row is blushes. I have some Coastal Scents blushes in here that I absolutely love. I'll just show you one real quick. And these are the Forever blushes. Trying to get this open with one hand. This is kind of like a pinky tone blush. It's very pretty on deeper skin tones. I love their blushes. Actually, they're very pigmented, and you get a lot of it for the price. I think they run about $7.95, the regular price, but you can pick them up at 50% off when they have their sales. And I have like 6 of those. I have like orange, and I have some deeper berry colors. Behind those are some Milani baked blushes. I have a lot of Milani blushes in here, actually. That's what a lot of these are in the back. I'm going to move on. Over in the corner right here is where I have my setting sprays. I have some Black Radiance powders in the back there. I have some NYX setting spray, some e.l.f., and then the larger containers where I have my Ben Nye setting spray. Right here is just a loose blush, like a pigment blush. This container is where I have my Ben Nye powders. I just like to separate them and put them in stack containers, and then I put labels on them so I know which one is what. Over here is where I use my, well, I should say I store my primers or things that I use as a base while I'm doing my makeup. I put right there. I have some BB creams from Garnier. I like to use this underneath my makeup. It's not my skin tone, but it works really well as far as like filling in your pores and giving you like a flawless look. I like to use that. And this right here is one of my favorite makeup primers, which is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Over here is where I have foundations. I have some Revlon Color Stay in here. I don't use that as much as I used to, like I was doing in my previous video. My past videos, I should say. I don't use that as much. Just use it from time to time. My favorite foundation actually is this L'Oreal True Match right here. And I use Cocoa C8 and I mix it with, well, top it off or set it with a Ben Nye powder in clay. Or I use, let me see which one. I use clay or sienna sometimes. It all depends. I'm going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to show you what I have over here in this corner. This right here, I just added these two sets of drawers. This is where I store my makeup brushes. I put these little black, cut out these little black pieces from some not cardboard, but poster board paper that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I put it on the side so that way you can't see through the containers. Because I have these white containers in here that I got from the Dollar Tree, as you can see. And this whole, well, both containers store my makeup brushes. This is where I store my makeup brushes at. And I put them in those type of containers. It's like the same thing for all of it. Just brushes, brushes, and more brushes. And then the same goes for here. In this container, it has like extra brushes that I have that are clean. Right here on this shelf is where I store my pigments. I have some depotted jumbo pencils from NYX in there. Some glitters from Hobby Lobby, as you can see, and over in the corner is just palettes, just like these Coastal Scents palettes, and just random like palettes that you can get for Christmas or kits or things like that. Over in the corner right there, as you can see, is some moisturizers, some primers that I don't use as much, backup BB creams that I do use, and I'm gonna scroll over here real quick. I have two of them in the back, so this is just an extra one that I have. And then here's Coastal Scents palettes, and here's all my e.l.f. palettes, and then this large e.l.f. palette. And underneath this one is also more palettes, just smaller palettes. On this side right here, this is where I have my brow products. I have concealers and liners and things like that that I use to do my brows. And here's more concealers. Over here is where I store my tools for putting on lashes, and underneath that is a container that I have lashes and glue in. Over there's just cotton balls, nothing special. I'm going to go ahead and pan down. I'm not really going to talk about this section right here too much. It's nothing special. It's just where I put my vitamins, like extra glitters. I have a candle down there, and I also have like hair products and nail polish. I'm going to move this chair out the way so you guys can get a good look at what I've done to the bottom since my last video. Over here is just where I store like medicines, lotions, and as you can see, I have some witch hazel and stuff like that, and cough medicines. This is just a rack that you get from the bathroom section, and I believe I picked that up at Ross. This container right here, or these two containers, actually are the ones that hold the stuff that I do use often. These containers right here I really don't use that often, so I'm not going to really go in there. It's just like powders that I don't use that much. But this container right here I'm going to go through real quick, and this container right here houses my lipsticks. The first drawer are the lipsticks that I use all the time. Excuse me. This drawer has a variety of lipsticks, different brands. This is my favorite drawer that, you know, I can pretty much find any lip color that I am looking for a particular outfit or whatever I'm doing at the time. It's just a mixture of like Rimmel and Nika K and Kiss New York, just different brands in here. Next, this drawer right here, I absolutely love this drawer. This is one of my favorite drawers as well. This drawer right here has my lip paints. I have the LA Girl glazed lip paints, and I have all of them that has come out so far. I think there's like 18 total, and I got all of them. I got them from ikatehouse.com. And I also have some Ruby Kisses lip lacquers. Now, I absolutely love these Ruby Kisses lip lacquers. If you guys can find them at your local beauty supply store, I suggest you pick them up if you can. They run about $3.99. At least they do in my area. And I absolutely love them. They are very opaque. The color payoff is just amazing. They are long lasting, and they run about $3.99 as I said. And I picked these lip paints up. You can also find these at your local beauty supply store, but I ordered mine online because I couldn't find them. And these are about $2.99. Back in the back right here is just things that I use to prep my lips for lipstick. I have lip liners and stuff in the back. This drawer right here, I really don't use that much. It's like random lipsticks that I have that I really don't use as much. But if I'm looking for a particular shade, this is a drawer that I go to if I don't have what I'm looking for in my first two drawers. This drawer right here is my favorite lip glosses. I have some really bright ones in here like these and this orange and purple. They all came in a set, and I picked those up at Ross. I have some NYX ones in here. I'm going to talk about these real quick. This looks like it has amazing payoff. It's a bright yellow, but actually it's not really pigmented at all. It's very sheer, but it has like a tint of the color to it. So if you have a lipstick that matches this shade or this orange one, it's a good topper. I will say that. But as far as it being the color on your lips that you see in the tube, it's not really that. But I still like them. I think they were like $5.99 for like 5 of them in different colors. I have blue, purple, and all that kind of stuff. But like I was saying, this drawer right here is just a mixture of Milani and just random different brands that I like. Elf and NYX and things like that. This drawer right here is just tube lip glosses from Elf. I have some L'Oreal the Hip line in here, and just like 3 palettes in here. Lip palettes that I haven't used yet. This drawer right here has some more lip products in it, and also has an extra sponge that I really don't use that much. Yeah, it's one of those miscellaneous drawers. Over in the corner here, I'm going to move this little trash bin, is where I store this makeup brush set at. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with this yet. I would like to display it on my table, but like I said, I do my homework. It's actually like a workspace type of area for me as well. So this is kind of bulky for me to put it on my desk, and I haven't really found anything that I would like to put it in, so to display it. But I ordered this off of eBay. I'm not sure if they have it anymore. I will try to find a link if I can, but yeah, this is what it looked like. The handles are chrome, and the bristles on these brushes are very, very soft. And I don't remember what I paid for them. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not going to go over this container right here, but on top of the container is where I have like my makeup wipes and hand sanitizer and stuff. On this drawer, on top of this drawer that I just went through with you guys, is where I have some skincare products and body products as well. The reason I'm not going to go through these drawers right here, because it's just like powders and different things that I don't really use that much anymore. So I just keep them in there, and like tools and stuff, like extra eyelash curlers. This drawer right here, this set of drawers right here, I'm actually going to go through real quick. This is where I house my baked eyeshadows from Hot Topic. You guys have seen me use this in my videos before. Here's another drawer full of the Hot Topic eyeshadows, the baked ones. This drawer right here has some Sally Girl baked eyeshadows in it, as well as some clean color ones in the back. Right here is my Jordana baked eyeshadows. As you guys can see, I love baked eyeshadows. I like the fact that you can use them wet or dry. Yeah, so that's why I have a lot of those. And here's some Milani baked eyeshadows. Here's a couple of baked eyeshadows in here, some by Lorac or Lorac. In here I have some powder eyeshadows from Milani, and also some powder form eyeshadows from Jordana. Down here is where I house my Nika K high definition eyeshadows. I have like the blues and berry pink tones in this drawer. And down here I have more like the earthy tones. I had to put them in two separate drawers because every time I open the drawer they would get stuck. Down here is where I have my NYX stuff. I have like pigments, the rollerball eyeshadows, some pigments right here. Here's some single eyeshadows and some more of the roller ones in the back. Gonna pan up. Up here in this drawer is where I have my Ulta eyeshadows, just a mixture of different colors in there. Right here is where I have some L'Oreal eyeshadows, some of the hip ones in there, and some of the infallible ones. This drawer right here is where I have my Wet n Wild single eyeshadows and some LA Color eyeshadows that you can get during Christmas time. Here's a really bright green looking one, and then there's like a blue and purple, and then you have like your smoky one in there, and that I got from Family Dollar. Here's where I have my glitter liners by NYX. This right here is some L'Oreal eyeshadows. I haven't used these yet. I had them for a little bit of time. I need to start working these into my makeup routine. But I did swatch them and they're fairly pigmented. So I do like the quality of these eyeshadows. This right here is where I store some Revlon eyeshadows, some L'Oreal single eyeshadows, and there's also a mixture of e.l.f. in there. Right here is just some random eyeshadows, some baked ones in powder form that I really don't use that much. Down here some more eyeshadows I really don't use that much. Down here are some War Paint Beauty eye products that I picked up from Hot Topic a little while ago. Some kohl liners, some pressed eyeshadows, and some pigments in the back. And this last drawer down here is where I put my brushes that I first started using my makeup. I really don't use these brushes that much anymore. And that is pretty much it for underneath my desk. I'm just going to pan over and let you guys see it, what I've done to it. And these little lights that I have at the bottom of the table come from the Dollar Tree. And I just put them underneath my table because I used to have a hard time seeing underneath here, and it's actually a little bit brighter than what is coming off on camera. So hopefully you guys can see all the stuff that I was going over just a minute ago. I'm going to go ahead and get up. I'm going to try to stay steady, and I'm going to go ahead and go over here to this right here. Excuse me. I'm not going to go over the first drawer because it has like wigs and stuff in it. It's going to be hard for me to show you what's in there anyway. But on top of this, I have some boxes that I picked up from Big Lots. I have a candle from Walmart and like a little eyeshadow kit behind there. This drawer right here, you guys might be able to see in it if I hold the... Sorry guys, my camera cut off in the middle of me showing you this drawer. But this drawer right here is where I store my extra eyelashes and glitters, and I have a necklace that's in that blue box that I don't know where to put at the moment. This drawer right here is where my stash begins actually. As you can see over in the corner right over here, I have liners, I have extra palettes from Wet n Wild right here. Some of them are the limited edition ones. I have extra ones in here, ones that I really liked and I wanted to have a backup of. Over here I have some eyebrow pencils in the back, and some liquid liners, gel liners, and primers right there. Over here is just some gel liners and lip products in these containers. The next drawer is where I have extra eyeshadows, blushes, primers, powders. As you can see, I have some extra blushes right there by Milani. Here's a couple extra Wet n Wild Fergie eyeshadows, and some more of the lip glosses I was telling you about with the colors to them. They come in a package like this. Let me stick that back in there. We'll try to. I'll just stick it on my bed. But that is what's in that drawer. This drawer right here is where I keep all my lashes, the ones I use all the time. I actually need to restock. I'm getting really low on a lot of them that I love to use. And this drawer right here is where I have some extra baked eyeshadows. And I have some brushes in there. Over here is like extra mascaras. And I also have some palettes in there. This drawer right here is where I have like kind of like random things. I have some of my Ben Nye spray in here. I have some skincare products, some face masks when I'm cleaning, a clean cloth when I'm doing my makeup, some sponges, more brushes, and the back there is where I have my makeup wipes. This drawer right here is just hair stuff. No big deal. And the same goes for the bottom drawer. It's just supplies as far as like hair tools and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and pan back over to my workspace to give you guys a overlook of everything. This is what it looks like. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some ideas on what you can do with your vanity space. Like I said, I use this as a multi-purpose workspace. I do my homework here. My son does his homework. I do my makeup, do my hair, all in this area. So, yeah, I just try to keep it as neat as possible, but as a space where I can pretty much do all the things that I need to. So, yeah. But I think it looks good. I'm happy with it. I make changes as I see fit, make additions and move things around. But hope this video give you guys some ideas on what you can do with your workspace. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.